Wow. Look at that, there's a shipwreck and like hundreds and hundreds of escaped fursuits.
Yeah, this is something I've never thought I would see.
Ramukanji, Ramuleke, Ramukole, Ramusos. Come to Ramsi Male, come to Ramsi Male, Malera. Ramukanji, Ramuleke, Ramukole, Ramusos. Come to Ramsi Male, come to Ramsi Male, Malera. Onetox represents Solomon Island people say. We people are originally from our homeland. Like my old man say, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical. Straight from the crew, out to the blue. We represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting...
Previously on Delos, we sail into Hottentot Bay and get our first true taste of the Skeleton Coast and go a little crazy in its massive sand dunes.
So we are leaving Hottentot and heading towards another anchorage that we heard was really cool. And it's a beautiful day today.
Hottentot, huh? Our first desert experience. It's pretty epic. So it's about 26 miles to the next anchorage, and we don't have a lot of wind, but the weather's beautiful. I think we can sail a little bit.
Oh shit, wasn't it?
Pretty much. Alright. Good job.
I'm gonna pull this hard and fast so it gets out.
Nice!
Zing! Pull hard and fast to get it out. Pull like you mean it.
It's out.
And then look at the sail now. Make sure you don't get your hair stuck.
That's good, that's good.
Woo! Yeah, take that one
Say the
off.
girl now.
How is it?
How is it? It's good.
Yeah?
Just warming up from the sun. Had an amazing time at Hottentot Bay. I'm really stoked for the next spot too. Just a little bit more wind and it would be perfect.
Perfecto.
So how are we doing, Rio?
Pretty good. There's not much wind, so we're just kind of motor sailing along. But here's Hottentot that we just left, and we're just going up here to Spencer Bay. I think we'll find anchorage like somewhere in here. That's it.
Cool.
Should be there in a couple hours.
Yeah, about halfway or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Sweet. No wind though. Not
It's
much.
cold too. It's 14 degrees.
Whoa,
Ugh.
crazy. Then you look out.
The Namibian coast was unlike anything we had ever seen before. The sand dunes from the desert come right down and just melt into the ocean.
Dolphins! Wow! Woo! Hello! There's one. Where? Oh! Oh, they're massive. The big ones, huh? They're everywhere, huh?
Everywhere. Also here.
And all way out there too. And literally everywhere you look along the horizon you can see them. What do you think, Lisa?
I can't express what I think.
There's so many!
There are so many of them! Young dolphins! I love you, dolphins! You're the best!
For me, the most grounding moments are the ones when I find myself lost in nature. The moments that are so pure, they're capable of dissolving away the rest of the world and pulling my full attention into the present. It's easy to get caught up in everything else that the world wants you to be, and being pulled in so many directions can bring us pretty far from nature. But out here, sailing on Delos, it tends to be the complete opposite, and that's a pretty good feeling.
God damn you, Namibian coast.
Doesn't get much better than that.
I was sound asleep listening to an amazing podcast. Dolphins, Beanie! Hey, dolphins! The hell of a way to wake up.
Look at them. They're so cute.
What's going on here?
So, Delos are famous for their moonshines, so we're coming up with some official labels for them. So we've come up with 7 brews, and we're coming up with 7 names for them. So we're just having a business meeting right now. So the whiskey, we have Moby Dick whiskey. We're still working on that. The gin will be Davy Jones Fixer Elixir. The vodka is going to be the Mermaid's Milk. Wildcard vodka is the Siren Sunrise Surprise.
I like that one.
Yeah. Rum is going to be Blackbeard's Brew. And the spiced rum, of course, is going to be Neptune's Nectar. In
Nice.
true Delos style, yeah. So we're just trying to figure out a name for the jacked up whiskey. So we might use a pirate name. Oh, we've also got one that we need to put in, the Siemens Kombucha Hoocher.
That's Brady's special blend.
Yeah, the Siemens Kombucha Hoocher, that's my specialty.
What's in that one?
Just kombucha and moonshine.
Nice.
And Siemens.
So we're just coming into the anchorage now. It's coming between the point and a little island. And on the other side of the island we can see a sweet wreck. It's really cool. And it's a lot of birds around too. It's a little bit of a sketchy, I don't know, it's supposed to be going down to 10 meters or something, so we'll see. I'll keep a close eye on the depth meter here.
Some sort of a platform, actually.
Really?
Yeah, look at it.
That's crazy.
Very crazy. Look at that wreck over there.
Where?
Just look at that. You can see it.
Yeah, the smell. Look at the water. I think that's bird feces. Oh my god. That's a very, very potent smell. Look at that seal. Take it easy, seal. How much does it smell, Lisa?
I'm not sensitive, but this is really stinky. Look at the water. You can't even see this. Oi, there.
Yeah, the water is like yellow.
Oi.
So we're having quite a hard time to find a good anchorage in the bay there. It's just too much swell coming in. And it's just not like a good place to set the hook. And now we're checking out this little island here with all the penguins and the weird house. But I don't know.
What the hell is going on here. There's this strange house like perched on the side of this island in the middle of nowhere.
How many penguins can you see?
Should I start to count?
Yes.
Then probably I won't finish till next week or something. Oh, hell of a penguin. They're everywhere.
So we're gonna see how we sit here. But it's so hard to know with the swell and the wind and the waves, huh?
Yeah.
It's a bit sketchy.
Okay.
We're gonna drop the hook and see what happens, huh?
Yeah. We can deal with the smell, huh?
Yeah. It's intense.
It's quite pungent.
It's, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's almost breathtakingly bad.
Yeah,
like,
it's really, you can even smell it when you're sitting inside the boat.
yeah.
Just can't really get away from it.
But Delos is definitely rocking back and forth. It's quite a rolly anchorage. Do you have some friends, Bri? They're so funny, huh?
They're just so curious. They just hang here. They just look up at you.
Right? They just kind of stare at you like, what's going on there?
To be able to get this close to wild birds like this is amazing.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I saw one of them try to eat a feather.
Really?
They're not entirely intelligent. And then one bird pooped and another bird came up and ate their poop, so I don't know what they're thinking.
How's it going, mate? What happened?
This island just called us.
You copy, huh?
Yeah, this is Yacht Delos on 10 over.
Hey Dallas, yes, welcome here to Spencer Bay. I'm not quite sure where you guys are from, but when I look at the flag, it seems like you're from all over the world, huh?
Yeah, you're exactly right. We have crew from all over the world, but we just came in from, what was the base out there? From Hottentot Bay, and before that we were in Luderitz, and before that Cape Town, over.
Okay, so you're working your way up north towards Walfish Bay, huh?
Yeah, exactly, and we'll spend some time there and then head off for St. Helena and then Brazil.
Oh, fantastic. You got a nice big yacht.
Yeah, she's pretty good. There's 6 of us on board now, but it's nice. We're a close family.
Fantastic. If we were aware that you guys were on your way here, we could have organized a permit for you to get onto the island, but they're so strict these days that they'll have my head on a block, huh?
Okay, so you require a permit to get onto the island. Is that what I heard over?
Yeah, that's correct. That's unfortunately the sad state of affairs. I mean, you can go all around and check it out, but to get on, you need this permit, and yeah, it's definitely big problems for me if I bypass that as we used to do in the past. But they're very strict these days, huh?
Yeah, okay, no, I understand where you're coming from. Is there any way, do you have connection to, I mean, we don't have email at the moment, but is there any way we can contact somebody and get a permit sorted for us?
Well, I can try and call the office. It's a problem since we have a public holiday tomorrow in this country, so the way I know them, they're all long gone. But let me put in a call and see if I can organize that, huh?
Yeah, thank you very much. We'd really appreciate it. We'd love to come and check out the island and check out the stuff you guys are doing on the island, all the work and stuff. Sounds like a nice guy. He's probably by himself in there.
Aww. How sweet is that?
Yeah. Hey.
No idea there was any living soul up there besides from penguins, so yeah, super excited.
Like, who is that guy that lives on
That's
that
what I
island,
that's what I want to talk to.
What? How did he, what life path led him?
Haven't even seen any sign of living human being on that island.
He was probably taking a nap.
About an hour later, we got the bad news that there was just no way to get a permit sorted over the long weekend. But we still had to meet this character.
Okay, no problem. Well, we'd still like to invite you out for dinner tonight if you're open to that.
That would be very, very nice. I will just have to plan for that since I get my wife on Facebook at a certain time. But let me see if I can get a hold of her, and then I can plan for that, huh?
Okay, no problem. You just let us know what time works out for you, and we can run in and grab you off that little steps in there, and we'll be standing by on 10.
And so later that night, we met Rion, who we also like to refer to as Penguin Man. He had been living on Mercury Island for the last 20 years under a government grant to study the penguins. He explained that he used to spend most of his free time painting and taking pictures of the birds, but just this year, he had gotten internet on the island, so now he spent most of his time on Facebook. Over a bowl of soup and some Delos moonshine, he told us that we were only the 3rd yacht in 20 years that he had seen anchored next to his island, so we did our best to give him some good entertainment.
My penguin, he must be smart, my penguin. He must have eyes as wide as my dreams inside my lonely little heart. Oh, my penguin, he must be sweet and considerate. When he goes to catch a fish, he must not have 1 or 2, but maybe 3. It's gonna be a cold, lonely night, my penguin. Won't you cuddle up to me?
Don't do that.
Lovely little penguin. My lovely black and white, blackest nights, penguin.
Die!
He must be a killer. He must know.
All joking aside, it was quite clear that Penguin Man really loved these birds, as he had dedicated his life to ensuring their survival. Can you imagine spending 20 years on this rock surrounded by nothing but penguins? We think he's managed pretty well. The next morning after hanging out with Rion, we saw Spencer Bay through new eyes. He had explained to us that there were about 11,000 penguins on the island, and his job was to track what they eat, when they mate, molt, and disappear into the sea. Because the air temperature had been steadily rising, each year more and more penguins abandoned their nests to cool off in the ocean, which left their chicks vulnerable to other birds of the island. He did what he could to help save them, but his facilities were small and his funding was limited. He anticipated all of the penguins to be gone from this area in the next 50 years, as the population had been cut in more than half in the last 20. We were surprised to hear his other main purpose on the island was to actually protect the penguins from being stolen. The main culprit was Chinese ships that trolled Namibian waters for seals, dolphins, whales, and penguins to take back to Chinese zoos. We were pretty bummed that we couldn't set foot on the island to get to know these guys a little bit better, but also happy that they were being so well protected. Luckily for us, there was one part of Spencer Bay that the crew could explore.
Time to breathe, allow the life for sin. Let it move and expand. First act as man. Time to exhale, always steady and slow. Forget for a moment your worries, your woes. Time to breathe. Let it flow, let it in to your lungs and breathe. Last act as man.
They are so many. What's that sound? That guy did a crazy one.
Oh, big one.
Big male, huh? Oh! They're all around, huh?
That's so crazy.
Wow!
We're gonna go around the corner for a few minutes. I really wanted to explore the wreck and get a look up close of the seals on land. But the waves on the beach made landing Maggie impossible. I hoped just around the corner we could find a little protection and give it a try.
Get for a moment your worries, your woes.
So we've landed on the beach, and our plan is to try and climb like up this to the other side to see if we can get a good view of the wreck and the seals. You guys ready?
Super pumped, ready to go.
Okay, let's do this.
Let's hope not bump into hyenas.
All these bones, man. It's just everywhere you look. Rib cages. Crazy. Skulls. Pretty sure we've identified these as seal skulls. Look at this view.
Wow.
Cool, huh?
So we have actually gotten around the cliff here, and this is crazy. Like,
Yeah, it is.
the thousands of seals, and it's just so much bones and fur, and like we saw 3 jackals running away as we came down, which means that 3 jackals probably stay here all the time and just feeding off of this seal colony. It's just crazy, it's thousands of them.
And look at this, they have got a seal swimming pool.
Seal swimming pool, shipwreck, it's insane. What do you think, Bri?
This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Right?
There's just so many seals everywhere. And they're kind of wary of us, so we're not going to go too much closer, so we don't want to scare them, but it's amazing, except for the smell. It's disgusting. It's like, oof.
Yeah, I know.
It stinks!
That's the smell of death and seal poo. Wow, it's
Death and seal poo, great.
That's the
Definitely a
smell
combination
of
of
fucking
death.
rotting meat mixed with salt water and seal shite.
Yep,
But it looks beautiful, apart from the bones.
I love it. They're so not like gracious on land, and then they get into the water and they just become this acrobatic, crazy creatures. And it's amazing to see them like this in the wild, I think. It's incredible.
Look at that, there's a shipwreck and like hundreds and hundreds of escaped fur seals.
Yeah, this is something I've never thought I would see.
Rian had explained to us that parts of the seal colony used to live across the bay on Mercury Island. The normal diet of a seal is fish, but occasionally a young seal would learn how to raid the penguin nests to the point where their numbers were actually being affected. When that happened, the seals were culled on Mercury Island until the entire population permanently took this beach as their home. This ship wrecked in the early 1940s. According to Rian, she was carrying 500 tons of penguin guano to be used as fertilizer. These waters are pretty treacherous, even with modern navigation, and she met her end because of a simple navigational error at night. The swell washed her up on the beach, and she found her final resting place in the seal colony.
Hey there, mate. Hey, buddy. Honestly, does not give a shit.
What do you think, Elizabeth?
It's so cool. I really want to go inside. There's like a huge entrance. You see all the old mechanical workings from 1945. It's pretty awesome.
Very cool.
I'm in! Happy Brian. What are you doing?
Just having a nice little beer ski in my
Bigger
chair.
deal than the 2-minute workout.
With your captain's hat,
It's a good day.
surrounded by poop.
And I did a workout.
You forgot the naked girls.
Oh, where are the naked girls?
The guitar, a little bit of pedals.
Oh.
We were like, should we ask him for a cup of tea as well? Or is that pushing it?
I can do the penguin dance.
Yeah!
One does that.
Woo! Little penguin go!
Yeah, there you go, there you go. Go, little penguin, go.
Facial expressions in Kaza dance is the best. Oh, that's like Flo. Oh, Flo. Oh, Flo is such, yeah, such a good dancer, Flo.
What's Alex doing?
Many rolls.
Relaxing, hardcore. Sapping on a beer, hammocking, listening to Kiko.
You like?
No complaints.
Like soda.
Watching Karen dance like a penguin.
Words, come on.
And I'm still the observer.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's a wrap. Like this, like that, like
Next up on Delos, we spend Cinco de Mayo sailing along the African coast and finally make it to our last stop in Africa, Walvis Bay.
Like it? I like it a lot.
I still think it's so freaky though that so many koalas in Australia are dying from chlamydia. Imitate a seal.
So would this be a location for a holiday home for you and Brian?
Yeah, definitely. I would love to bask in some seal shit and stuff every day. It's one of my favorite things to do, you know?
Of course. It is literally like the start of yet another horror film where the SV Delos crew go and explore a deserted house on a deserted island.
And the penguins go savage.
Do you know what day it is?
April 28th? Oh, you mean the day of the week?
Either.
I'm guessing it's Monday, Tuesday, no, Thursday.
It's Wednesday, May 3rd.
May 3rd! Holy shit, Cinco de Mayo's in 2 days.
I studied Shakespeare at school and I'm singing
so
about
much to be
fucking
said.
poop.
There's so much to be said about this place.
We smoked a lot and drank today, and I think tomorrow we might be on our way because we need that fucking permit just to stay. But we understand because it's a bank holiday soon.
Okay, this is a voice for Alexandra Azul for your, what video is it? Fuck, I can't even keep track anymore. Shit is just crazy. Spencer Bay. All right, 1, 2, 3, here we go.